friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because today my sister and I are going to be exploring the Desert X exhibits. They are art projects that are scattered throughout the entire Coachella Valley, and this has been something that's been going on for, I believe, about, I don't know, a couple of years, maybe 2017, but each piece of art is so beautiful. They've got these great stories behind them, and they are all done by individual artists. So today we are going to hit up a couple of them in Palm Springs, and based on time, we'll see if we can do any more. I will continue to split these up probably into different videos, but with that, let's get started. Okay, so we just arrived here, just so you guys can kind of see a little bit where the location is. The James Jesse Desert Highland Unity Center. This is where it's at, just if you guys are looking for it. Look at this great mural. Isn't this awesome? This is not part of the exhibit, but this is just great. I wanted to show you guys this. They have some porta potties, just in case you guys are wondering. But look at this beautiful view, guys, of just even the gorgeous mountains. This is one of the things I love about the Coachella Valley or the Palm Springs area, are these gorgeous sheer mountains, a little bit of snow on top. But here is the project. Here is the art exhibit called The Wishing Well. There are a lot of details to this, and so I want to be able to effectively explain this, so I'm going to have to probably read a little bit off my phone. Okay, so the Wishing Well, they say, as I'm reading this, guys, just so you guys know, is a sculptural installation of a large-scale cubes draped with sheets of woven plastic, of yellow plastic from Kufor gallons used to transport water in Ghana. Transforming a public park into a destination, the Wishing Well refers to the wells in which many people around the world must trek daily to access water. Europeans introduced Kufor gallons or jerry cans to the people of Ghana to transport cooking oil. It says that as repurposed relics, they serve as a constant reminder of the legacies of empire and of global movements for environmental justice. Sited in the Coachella Valley, whose future is deeply dependent on water, the Wishing Well creates a dialogue about our shared tomorrow. You guys can, I'll put the link in the description below, where you guys can also read that wonderful statement about this piece, and that way you guys can see the artist as well. They have a lot of great detail on the website. Super cool. So you guys can see that's all individualized pieces. You can even see some details of different parts of the watering jugs. So they're all specialized, they're individualized, and they're all held together by pieces of wire. So it's literally like a quilt or sheets. Talk about being sheets of plastic. It's just right here. I don't see a placard or a sign anywhere. All right, guys, so here we are at our second exhibit of the day. And I just want to get this shot right here because I'm the furthest away right here in Palm Springs. It says Indian Land. And I want to read a little bit more about it because there was a lot to this. But look at this. This is right off Palm Canyon. Look how great this is. So I'm born and raised here in Palm Springs, and this Desert X project, or these exhibits, are fairly new for the most part. But it's just cool to see something like this, bringing so many people that are not from Palm Springs originally, coming to check it out and make people aware. But this is just insane. So Palm Canyon, that road leading in is where brings you right into Palm Springs. So it's a main road, and you can see right here the Palm Springs aerial tramway visitor center. If I pan all the way, you will see that is the road that leads to Palm Springs. The tramway. Takes you all the way up there. And just so you guys know, there are lots of signs that say things like respect the desert, follow the path, just that way we can probably lessen our footprint as people are traveling down this way. So we're gonna go find Vanessa because she's already in there. Oh, look how cool this is, oh my gosh. So each letter is, I believe, 45 feet tall. And again, it's supposed to be a reference back to the Hollywood land sign. The beautiful creosote bushes. If you guys aren't familiar, those are the San Jacinto Mountains back there. During wintertime, they're beautifully covered with snow, and that is where the tram is also located, right up there. Here we go. I love when they have these. So here's the name of the artist. Land back call to action. So the artist in Desert X would like to thank the following for the generous support in making this project possible. But you can put your photo there and learn more. What I love is it says that we acknowledge the Kauai people as the original stewards of the land on which Desert X takes place. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work with the indigenous people in this place. We pay our respect to the Kauai people, past, present, and emerging, who have been here since time immemorial. So awesome. And I believe the artist has a GoFundMe account if you want to take a look at that as well. And again, I'll put all this information in the description below. I feel like I need to be quiet while I'm out here. Just have a small preference for what's happening. What I love is that there's lots of space out here for you guys to just kind of take a moment when you guys see all these art exhibits. Okay, so we're getting closer to the letters right here. Gotta kind of, there's little trails. There's nothing really definite, just these small man-made ones to help you guys find your best path up there. So right now we are headed up. That's one of my vans. You can kind of see some natural little pathways. I don't recommend this for probably smaller children. You might want to just stay back and enjoy the art from further away, but I don't think I want to get any closer than that. Maybe I will. But I just want to keep showing you guys how huge these are. Again, these are each 45 feet in height. And you can see the scaffolding that's behind each letter holding it up. Now, I don't know how big the Hollywood sign actually is with each letter, but this is pretty big, and you could definitely see it from Palm Canyon. Whew. Let me see if I can get closer where Vanessa's at. All right, guys, I made it. I risked my safety to show you guys these letters. Okay, let me show you how big these are in person. Let me flip the camera around. So look at how huge these are. from what I can see, it looks like sheets of metal that are constructed onto each letter. And then of course the scaffolding behind it to hold it up. Whew. Then you got the beautiful mountains in the background. Here's the N. This is so rad though in person. This is great. Whew. Ness is doing a cheer over here. This is really cool. And I love it. It just brings community. It brings people out exploring the desert. It's funny because when you live out here in Palm Springs growing up, there's not a ton of stuff to do for young people. There is now as young professionals grow the population out here. But when you're younger, you know, you just play in the desert. You make forts, you know, do paintball, you just hang out. And you really don't realize sometimes the beauty that you're surrounded in. And I get it, the desert isn't for everybody. Maybe you're more of a golfer, so you live it out here because of the golf resorts. But when I'm here in Palm Springs, in this part of Palm Springs, and when I'm surrounded by the creosote bushes and some of the big boulders and the mountains, it makes me feel, it's nostalgic for me, and it makes me feel little again. When you're just finding things to do outside and play. And so it's just cool for people to come out this way and explore some of the things that we love. Like, look at the windmills over there. I think they're beautiful. I love them. I think they're so unique to the valley. Now mind you, when there's death heat, I might not be singing the desert's praises. But the high is only going to be, I think, 83 degrees, and it still seems very hot outside, but still beautiful. Alright guys, so this is our last Desert X art exhibit that we are checking out. We are trying to do everything kind of clustered together, so that way when you guys are watching these videos, you guys will have an easier time discovering them on your own because they will be located in the same region just because they're scattered throughout the Coachella Valley. So right now we are going to look at the last one, and it is called What Lies Behind the Walls. So we are gonna be, oh, there's a crow over there. That's huge. So behind me is the trail that we'll be taking to go check out the exhibit. All right, let's do this. And make sure you guys wear decently good shoes. If you all wanna take some do it for the gram stuff and be wearing cute sandals and heels or whatever, just bring an extra pair of shoes because this is like legit walking in desert elements. So you've got rough sand, you have got tumbleweeds. Oh yeah, you can see people over there. All right. Oh wow, so me and Vanessa just realized, now that we're watching the people walk, that there's probably an easier way to get up here walking wise. We just parked a little bit closer, or a little too close. So we kind of did our own, but there's a legit safe, you can see little kids, there's a legit safe way of walking up here, but I just want to make that known. Here's the name of the artist, and again, this piece of art is called What Lies Behind the Walls. And I can read more about that here in a second. And of course, I'll put some of the information in the description below. The artist is originally from the Saudi Arabia area. And when she came to visit the Coachella Valley, she was just inspired by the architecture, the way the architecture and the elements of the desert were kind of intertwined, and how the architecture reflected living in the desert and what that meant. And so this is a piece to her that represents kind of that combination or that intersection. But look at this. I'm behind the walls and behind the sun, so hopefully you guys can see. And then you can see some cement, some stone. Again, she used different elements in this project, which is insane. It just looks so great. Now the description didn't say how tall the wall actually was, but I could love all the different colors. This to me definitely gives that desert vibe feel, and again it blends in with the landscape, in my opinion. Right in the middle of what looks like nothing. And then you've got this outstanding wall. Just piled high. It kind of reminds me of like towels too. Just kind of folded in. Do you guys see that? There is a sign that says do not touch the artwork, so if you're bringing little ones here, just something to keep in mind. How great is this? The results takes the form of a monolithic wall comprised of, again, cements, soils, and dyes specific to each region. Guys, well that's gonna do it for us today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just so you guys know what we decided to do, because there are 12 exhibits throughout the Coachella Valley, is we decided to do them in groups depending on the area. So we stayed in close to Palm Springs, so we did 3 in Palm Springs and we did 1 here in DHS, which is the neighboring city next to Palm Springs, just to make it easier if you guys are out here for spring break or during the summertime or just traveling. Actually not summer, because the exhibit actually ends at a certain time or point in, I believe, April, but I'll put all that information down below so that way you guys can plan next time to do these exhibits maybe in groups based on location. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video and got some great information. Some takeaways would be this: definitely wear some good walking shoes. If you want to wear sandals, great, but just be prepared to have some sand in your toes, because it definitely takes some hiking and some walking when you are visiting some of these exhibits, especially here in Palm Springs. So, good pair of walking shoes. Bring some water. That's the second thing. The temperatures are getting so hot here in Palm Springs. I think the high today is 84. So you are definitely going to want to bring some drinking water, maybe a hat, throw on some sunscreen, something to protect you from the sun if you're not used to it being that hot wherever you're at. And the other thing is this: only one of the locations had an actual porta potty restroom. So if you have little kids with you, you're going to take that into consideration as well. There was no restroom out here, and there was only a visitor center out by the Indian land sign. So there might have been restrooms in there, but I can't be for certain. And also, I'm going to put information on the app. There is a Desert X app. Utilize that, because it's going to give you your locations, it's going to give you easy directions and more information about every exhibit. That way you can plan your trip and you can plan out exactly what you want to see in certain areas. So So take advantage of that. I know at the Ace Hotel, I believe they also have a map for you guys to pick up if that's something that interests you. For us, we just wanted to use our app and just kind of, you know, do our own thing, but that's also something to think about. But I hope you guys loved our little journey today here in Palm Springs, and we are going to have another video exploring some more of the art exhibits in some of the other locations. So with that, friends, know that you are loved, you are valued, and you, my friend, bring something to the table. See you guys next time. Bye.